Get the prospect talking, because as people talk, guess what? Their walls come down. They get a little less nervous. They're like, oh, okay, this guy's cool. I'm talking, I'm chilling out, right? Their anxiety comes down. This process right here is going to drastically help you open the call right, okay? And your main goal when you open the call is just to get the prospect to like you, okay? That's it, guys. That's the goal, right? Within 5 minutes, you want the prospect to say, you know what? There's something about this person that I just like, right? Their aura, right? There's a connection between us. There's just something about them that I like. That's the feeling that we're trying to create, because that leads us into the discovery beautifully, okay? And the way we're gonna do this is by breaking down the SMILE framework. I'm gonna get into this for you, but before we do, I just wanna let you know this. If you are about to get on the call and you have a no-show, right? Somebody doesn't show up. It's been 5 minutes, they're not on the Zoom call, they're not on the video conference. You're gonna use the 2-1 formula, okay? And the 2-1 formula goes like this. You're gonna call them twice and then send a text message, okay? Generally speaking, when you get a no-show and you call one time, which by the way, most closers don't even call at all, which boggles my mind, right? But when you call them the first time, they're probably not gonna answer. When you call them the second time, most people answer. And the reason why is because the second time you ring the same number, they're like, oh, you know what? Oh man, I forgot I had a call right now. Or they're like, you know what? This is important. Let me take this call, because they called twice, okay? You wanna get them on the phone. Now, after calling twice, if they do not answer, right? Then you're gonna send them a text. First, you're gonna leave a voicemail, friendly voicemail, and then you're gonna leave them a text. And the text goes like this. Hey, Bob, this is, John from XYZ. Hey, I know you told me earlier that you were gonna be on this call today. Hey, I just wanna let you know I'm waiting inside the conference room, right? And the reason why you follow that format, guys, is because you wanna remind them that they told you they were gonna be on the call from your pre-call process. That creates the cognitive dissonance. They feel bad. They're like, oh crap, I did tell them that. I need to show up on the call, right? That's the way you're gonna phrase that text. And then more than likely, you're gonna get them back on the call, okay? So I'm gonna preface it with that. Now, let's just say they are on the call now. Now we move into the SMILE framework, guys, okay? And this SMILE framework works like magic. It's not very hard. It's under 5 minutes. If you follow this, you are gonna create so much likability on the call. It's gonna be insane. Step number 1 is you're gonna smile big. The reason why you smile big is twofold. Number 1, your tonality will follow your body language, right? So if I'm like slumped back, shoulders back, I'm like this, my natural tonality is like this, right? But if I'm shoulders up, heads up, smile, you can hear it in my voice as I smile, it's got a better tonality. So you want to increase your tonality on the phone to be more likable. You're going to do that by smiling. Number 2, when you smile, it shows a prospect that you're excited to see them, right? You're excited to be on the call. It gets your energy up, okay? That's the 2 reasons why you smile. Doesn't have to be very big, right? Prospect gets on the phone or on the conference, you smile. Hey, Bob, I'm so glad you showed up today. I cannot wait to connect with you, right? That's it. Boom. Now you've done the smile portion. Next thing you do is you make sure to let Bob know that the call is being recorded. Okay, and the reason why you do this, guys, within the first 30 seconds is for compliance purposes. Most states, most countries, depending on where you live, will have a compliance measure around that. So if the call is being recorded, which it should be recorded, just let them know real quick. Hey, Bob, just want to let you know before we get started, the call is being recorded for compliance and training purposes, right? Nonchalant. Boom. S and M is now done. Now you're going to interrupt their pattern. Okay, so if you think about most human beings, guys, what we do from day to day is we live the same life, right? We think the same thoughts. We're doing the same stuff. And sometimes we just need to wake up a little bit and let people know that, hey, this is different. Like this whole thing that you're doing is just a lot different. The way we're going to do that is by interrupting their pattern. And the best way I know how to do that is by using the pre-call process. The pre-call stock in an earlier module where we look their email address up and we look them up on social media. This is where you bring that information to light, right? And it goes something like this. It just goes like, hey, Bob, you know what? I actually was able to find you on Facebook. I like to do this, Bob, just so I can understand who I'm talking to, right? Let them know why you did it. And then just like, hey, Bob, one thing I noticed is that you actually are, a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Dude, it's so crazy because my family's from Kansas City. I just thought that was a really cool point of connection for us, right? Now, guys, I made that up. It doesn't have to be that. It's whatever you want to point out on their social media profiles. It doesn't matter what you say. All you're saying is that, Bob, this is unique. Like nobody else is going to do this to Bob, right? Now you break Bob's pattern. He realizes, wow, you're different. The whole thing is now new, different, unique, and it sets you up in a way better way. Okay, now look, if you don't have the pre-call process on this person, maybe you couldn't find them on social media, the next thing I like to do is just be a little bit different. Like instead of just saying, hey, hey Bob, how's your day going? Or hey Bob, where are you calling from? XYZ. I'll be like, hey Bob, you know what? If I was a betting man, I'd imagine you're having a pretty great day, huh? Right? And then I'd say something like that, just to kind of throw off their pattern a little bit with a little bit more energy and something unique that they've never heard before on a sales call. Okay? So boom, now guess what? You've interrupted their pattern. Next part is the L in SMILE, which is let the prospect talk. Guys, get the prospect talking, because as people talk, guess what? Their walls come down. They get a little less nervous. They're like, oh, okay, this guy's cool. I'm talking, I'm chilling out, right? Their anxiety comes down. So the number one question I love, guys, is just like, hey Bob, you know, how long have you been following X for? How long have you been following this influencer for, or this product for, or this service for? I love to know this, guys, because look, you can use this information. If you know Bob just found out about you like a day ago, well, you know that, hey man, look, this guy might have a little bit lower of trust. I might have to build that trust up a little bit more on this call, right? Or if Bob says, oh man, I've been following you guys for like a year and a half. In fact, I've already kind of bought X, Y, and Z. Like, dude, you know this guy's like already got trust in your company. So you don't have to worry about that, right? You can just go on to the sales call. So I love that question, guys, because it gets them to talk, it gets them to lower their guard, and you get a little bit more information along the way, okay? Now, the one caveat to this right here, when you let the prospect talk, something that I like to throw in is just to kind of interrupt them a little bit. Now, this kind of goes back to interrupt their pattern, is ask them to take out a pen and paper to take notes. Like, for example, what I'll say is just like, hey, Bob, you know what? I don't know if you mind, Bob, could you just go, and, again, I'll just wait right here. If you go grab a pen and paper, I'm gonna share some information on this call that you cannot find anywhere else online, okay? And I love to do this, guys. The reason why is because you immediately take control of the call. It's your first command in the call. It's like, go do X, right? It's like, I'm the alpha. Now, you're not alpha in a bad way. You're just letting the prospect know like, hey, I'm in control of the conversation. And that's a great nonchalant way to do it. Just get them to go get a pen and paper and let them know and tell them to tell you when they're ready. It's a great nonchalant way to take immediate control. And then all you're gonna do after that, really quick, guys, establish why they're on the call. Now, there's a lot of back and forth about this, guys. Like, there's a lot of trainers that will tell you that you need to frame the call and say, hey, John, you know what? My name's XYZ from XYZ company. I just want to let you know how this call is going to go. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, dive into your goals, and then see if we have anything that can potentially help you, right? They're going to give you this long spiel of how to frame the call. I'm not a big fan of that, guys, okay? I just like to keep it very, very conversational, very just like, hey, let's just have a conversation type gig. This is not a sales call, right? And the way I do that is just something simple. I'm like, hey Bob, you know, what motivated you, man, to reach out and book this call? Or hey Bob, what got you on this call today? Or hey Bob, what problem can I help you solve today? Right? Something that's nonchalant that makes it seem very conversational. That is my favorite way to establish why the prospect's on the call. It just kind of breaks the ice, it gets the prospect talking, and then we move into the discovery from there.